Well, we're setting up to have another zero profit tractor job. Thought I was doing really well. I took on this little job to clear up a couple old burn piles for a guy. Had a bunch of busted glass and wire and crap in them, and then mow about a half an acre or so, or 3/4 of an acre. So I went in yesterday, started on it, and mowed everything. Did all the mowing in like 2 hours. And so I was like, all right, that's not bad. I mean, considering what I was mowing, it wasn't just straight back and forth. It was in and out and around a little trees and around a pond, and it was really, really tall, like chest high to head high weeds in there. So it was really, really thick stuff. So I was really happy with that. I thought, okay, yeah, 2 hours mowing's done. Tomorrow, all I got to do is shovel up the little burn piles, and that was going pretty well. Had to dig a hole, move the burn pile into the hole to bury it, basically a little on-site landfill, if you will, I guess. Anyway, all of a sudden I see my front right tire flop on me. And what we got is this ball joint just busted. You can see right here the bolt that goes through for the calcium nut just snapped right off. So that's a new one on me. I've had ball joints wear out before where they're flopping around. The ball joint still feels good and tight. Just snapped the bolt right off clean, and I don't even know how that part of the tractor really takes that much abuse. I don't think I'm that hard on it. Well, I am hard on it, but it seems like such an odd thing to break. I think it's just really cheap crap metal probably. So anyway, I'm breaking this off here, and we were trying at the client's house, because I couldn't really hardly steer the tractor, we were trying to put a wrench on this nut to break it, and as we did, I thought, man, it almost looked like it wanted to turn the other way. I thought maybe that's a stop nut, just for holding that thing in place, but we couldn't get it to turn one way or the other. And so we ended up taking a clamp. We put this back up in this hole and then put just a C-clamp on it. And that was enough to clamp it together that I could actually drive, get it on the trailer, get it home here. And I just got a 24-inch pipe wrench put on here, and it popped loose, right away. We just put this wrench on here for backup. But you can see it is, in fact, a stop nut. So this just threads up to it. And I'm not going to bother. I mean, normally you'd take the stop nut loose and then thread this off, but I couldn't get that sucker to pop loose. At least not on location. I didn't try it here at home. But at this point, I don't need to. I'm going to get this new tie rod in and just thread it right back on up to it and stab it in there. I guess if this doesn't line up correctly with the new one, maybe I'll have to adjust that to get the right half rotation or whatever on it. But anyway, this sucks. This morning, digging the hole and moving the piles has taken me longer than I hoped, so I'm already down. The original job was $400, and now I'm into it, I guess about 5 hours total that I'm into it, plus the repair. So we'll see how it shapes up in the end. Alright, well, this is not my favorite thing to do, but it's what's going to happen. So, the dealer wanted $370 plus, I don't know, a week to order this thing in. $370! This is a piece of tube steel with some threads inside and a ball joint on the end. I mean, just absolutely asinine. There's no reason why it should be that expensive. There's just not that much steel here, and these tie rod ends are such a common piece. It's just ridiculous. So I went to Napa, and I tried to see if they just had kind of a, standard tie rod end off a light truck or something like that was the same as this, that we could just fit our own ball joint into, but they didn't have anything. So I resorted to plan C, I guess, which was weld a new stud on it. So we've got that done. I got lucky I had exactly the right size bolt to use, a grade 8 bolt. You can see it's not straight, it's not square at all, but I don't care. We're gonna run this back up through. I've already test fit, it does fit. I tried to match the taper as best I could. It'll hang down a little bit lower than the original application, but I think it'll be okay for now. It'll certainly get me by for a while, as long as that weld holds. I welded, beveled, both sides, and then made one pass all the way around, and then kind of cleaned it up with a welder, and then went back and just kind of touched up little spot welds, all the spots that I saw holes to try to get it solid. You can see there's still a couple little pits here and there, but I'm done. Wow, that is crooked. Anyway, I've test fitted, it fits. And then because I don't have a castle nut for it, we're just going to take 2 nuts here, and we're just going to do a double nut against themselves. We'll put a washer in there too, just to be safe, and then we'll double nut it and lock them against themselves so they don't lock down so tight that you can't undo it in the future. That's the hope anyway. We'll see how she goes. And there she is. I want to say it's not pretty, but you know what? It kind of is. So like I said, you can see the taper doesn't quite fit back up in there all the way, but I didn't want to take any more material off this thing. I didn't want to grind more off just so it fit a little tighter, and then have it, you know, be that much weaker. So I just left it the way it was. So it just threads back on. This barrel just threads on the threaded rod here. This is actually a lock nut to stop it in place. But I just went ahead and bumped the barrel back up against the lock nut, and then this whole thing is part of the hydraulic piston, so it can actually rotate freely. So it doesn't matter the position of this. Whenever you get it torqued up, this orientation doesn't matter, because then you can just rotate it around into position. So the biggest thing is just making sure that your tires are aligned, which, since I didn't move that stop nut, my alignment should be the same. Such is the theory anyway. So yeah, little fix in place here. I don't know, from the time it broke to the time that I'm ready to go back to work, I think we're talking about 4 hours. And there was an hour lunch break and probably an hour lost running to town looking for parts. So not too shabby. Back in business.